man, I'm so happy for him overall, man. That's a bad man.
And when you look at an artist like Kendrick, in terms of the talent to be able to execute in a way that very few artists, let alone hip hop artists, can, and it's a production and a musical performance that isn't just about understanding music and art, then how do you display it for broadcast and in media in a way that makes sense on a global scale?
We were on the field and behind the scenes with the creators to find out the real story of Kendrick Lamar's epic halftime show at Super Bowl 59.
That's why we came.
We take you there in Billboard All Access.
Come on, hell yeah, man. Come on, man. I'm humble, just like him. Oh, and I hope that's what he opens up with.
The passion I have now is still the passion I had then. And I think that carried on to the Super Bowls.
For this year with Kendrick Lamar, we announced him the first weekend of the season. We already have a set playground for them to play in. So when they come with their ideas, they're not coming with, staging ideas that can't fit through the tunnel. And then shortly after that, his creative team, Dave Free, Mike Carson, a few weeks later came to us with the initial seeds of what they wanted to do narratively.
Before the Cali legend began the biggest performance of his life, all his celeb fans were excited.
Oh my God, he's gonna fucking kill it. Oh, can I cuss? I don't know, he's gonna kill it.
Kendrick is a beast, he's a master. I know he's gonna do great.
Of course, I love Kendrick. Love LA.
I'm excited. I hope I see SZA.
Kendrick putting on for the city, and this is awesome. He's badass.
He got love all throughout the world, not just the West Coast, but he got the West Coast love, and that's really the most important when you got love at home.
One of the biggest limiting factors that doesn't change year over year is just the amount of time that we have to set up the show. This concept that the PG Lang came to us with is frankly one of the biggest, most expansive shows that we've had in terms of just amount of the field that it covers. And so ultimately, we really did have to sit down and work through over the months and weeks leading up to the game to say, how do we build this in the 7.5 minutes that we have and ultimately strike it in the 6 minutes after the show?
And it was a spectacle.
We knew from the very beginning that Kendrick and Dave Free were looking at this as a narrative and a story, or at least a real idea from start to finish about the video gamified version of Kendrick's journey through the American dream. And so we knew there would be a narrator when it comes to recognizable voices, true iconic figures, and an artist in his own right like Samuel L. Jackson. Of course, we were nothing but excited and energized once we knew it was him.
And he was joined by superstar SZA.
It really did feel like a natural fit, and that's something that they brought to us mid-season, I want to say about November, as a real idea. And with her, it really did just fit seamlessly into the overall creative that they were putting together. There are so many layers to the involvement of Serena, but first and foremost, her just being from Compton, being somebody in Kendrick's world. Obviously, she's had her own experience on a global stage like that, and frankly, with dance moves like that as well. But at the end of the day, that comes from Kendrick and the PG Lang team, and another iconic figure in their own right to add to the show that I know only helped drive the conversation even further. When we look at it not only being the first solo hip hop artist to do this, to me it was also one of the most current artists, especially when not only him winning all those Grammys the week before and how much he's dominated the conversation the past year, but also just the number of tracks from within the past year certainly is unique for a Super Bowl.
Hearing that mustard from the Super Bowl
I hope he
field.
performs that. If he performs that, oh my God.
We need him on the stage.
Right, you need to be on there.
I would love that, but even if I'm not and he performs it, I'll be just as happy. So, yeah.
And Mustard said hi to us right before joining K. Dot himself.
I knew that song was going to be in the show. It was my first thought, was obviously we expect him to be there, but at the same way that all these other artists came together, it's not until Kendrick and Tony, his musical director, and Dave Free tell us that this is what they'd like to do creatively. Once that came to us, it was another one that made complete sense. And of course, we're doing TV off. You got to have Mustard there.
That's my team, man. It's 30 incredible individuals, 5 extraordinary executives that work day in, day out to make sure we are doing something that will long live the culture.
I don't know what he's going to do, but I know that he's going to end it with Not Like Us.
I know that there was a lot of conversation about halftime and would it be a New Orleans artist and how would we represent the city? And ultimately, when I think about what music means to a city like New Orleans, it's about art for the sake of art. True artists who are there for their love of performance and to be able to express themselves through art. I don't know if there's any artist that represents that more than Kendrick Lamar.
We got to see him just seconds after he finished, and all we can say is congrats, Kendrick Lamar.